4th grade. Let's finish up the day with language arts class. And while I'm thinking about it, if you didn't watch the video about year-end, the year-end book, and what I'm hoping to contribute from our class for that, then watch it, please. Hopefully all of you saw that and looked at it before now, but this is a reminder or a prompt, if you didn't see that, to go watch that. Today's lesson is lesson 13. Get close to the end of the book, and you get to proofread and copy your report. I know you're excited about copying it. I can just tell it. But that's what you get to do. You have a checklist to follow for proofreading. What is proofreading? Proofreading is just reading your rough draft and making sure that there are some things that are proper before you go back through and copy it down. So I'm going to read the checklist to you. We'll go over it together here and talk about it. Now when you proofread, remember you can use the 3 proofreading marks that you learned about. This is what you use when a letter should be capitalized. You cross out the lowercase and you write the uppercase letter above it. This is what you use to delete a word. And this is what you use to insert something. And so far we've talked mostly about inserting punctuation. Inserting punctuation, if you're missing it. And I've told you that for punctuation, you might as well just go ahead and put the comma. If it's a comma that you're missing, you might as well go ahead and just put the comma in instead of using a proofreading mark. Sometimes punctuation may not fit, so you can use this. Let's just say there's supposed to be a comma right here, and so you can do the insert mark with a little comma below it. You can also use that to insert a word if you need to. So just put the insert mark wherever it goes, wherever you're planning to put an extra word, and write the word below it. So use the 3 proofreading marks if you made a mistake that relates to those. And let's go across the checklist. Is my title correctly capitalized? So this is a report, it should have a title. So make sure you have a title first, and then make sure that it's correctly capitalized. Does every sentence begin with a capital letter? Should, because that's how sentences start. Does every sentence end with the proper punctuation mark? Again, it should, because that's how sentences end. They end with punctuation marks. Did I use any run-on sentences? Did I put commas where they belong? Did I put quotation marks where they belong? So quotation marks are something your report may not have. And that's okay if you don't. But if you do have something in your report where somebody is speaking, you have the exact words that they're saying written down, then you should use quotation marks. Is the first line of each paragraph indented? That's a good reminder. Check yourself on that. And then the last one, did I spell all the words correctly? So there's your checklist. It's up to you now to proofread your first draft. All right, part B says, make a copy of a report to give to your grandparent or friend. So the goal of this assignment, this report is to give it back to the person that you interviewed. That way he can read it. And I never mentioned that before. So I'm not saying that you have to do that. I think it'd be nice if you would give it back to the person you interviewed. Some of you might have interviewed your parents using the alternative questions that I wrote up on the board. So you might not feel like giving it to them if they already saw it. So here's what I'm going to say. Obviously, if you give your report to the person you interviewed, then you won't be able to hand it back into me because you're going to be giving it to them. So if you're giving it to someone else, then I don't need to see your final copy. If you are giving your final copy to someone else, then hand in your rough draft. Hand your rough draft back in this weekend so I can see that. If you're not going to give your final copy to someone else, then hand that in. So handing in the final copy is optional. If you're giving it to someone else, don't hand it in. But do hand it in if you're not giving it away. If you are giving it away, then hand in your rough draft so that I can see it. Hopefully that's clear. Okay, let's review a few things yet. Let's review that list of pronouns that is used for objects of a preposition. Starts with me, you. So let's say those together. Me, you, him, her, it, us, them. Again, me, you, him, her, it, us, them. And then we should say the list of pronouns that is used as subjects. Starting with I, altogether, I, you, he, she, it, we, they. Okay, now one other thing that comes up in part F of today's lesson, you're finding direct objects in a sentence. And so first of all, you're supposed to underline the verb twice, and then underline the subject once, and then circle the direct object, and then draw a line between the complete subject and the complete predicate. So finding direct objects is pretty easy if you follow the steps and ask the question. You ask the question, whom or what, after you find the verb and the subject. So find the verb first, look for action or being. The black cat caught the sneaky mouse. Action or being. Looks like the sentence has action. And that's right, because a direct object follows an action verb, right? You won't find a direct object in a sentence with a being verb. What is the subject? We're going to underline it once. Who or what caught? Cat caught. Now, to find the direct object, we ask whom or what. After saying these two, cat caught whom or what, and it pops out just like that, mouse. Cat caught mouse. And then the last exercise in part F is to draw a line between the complete subject and the complete predicate. So the complete predicate is everything from the verb and after. The complete subject is everything before the verb and forward. So find the verb, subject. Alright, hopefully that answers your questions about today's lesson.